I happened to run across a woman who had tears in her eyes, and she was being led by two younger women, and I asked if she was okay. It turns out she was the school nurse at Sandy Hook Elementary and was for 15 years. She described the gunman coming into her office. They met eyes, she jumped under her desk, and he inexplicably just walked out. Just absolutely chilling, horrifying details that are emerging here in Newtown tonight. But I did ask if it was known around this school that this young man, apparently a kindergarten teacher's son, was an issue, whether he had any problems, and she said not at all. And I asked if she knew the suspect's mother, and she said she did, and that she was an absolutely loving person and a very caring, experienced kindergarten teacher, just the kind of person you would want with your 5-year-old children.
Where were you in the building?
In my office.
How close is that to the front entrance, and did you hear anything?
Pretty close. Oh, yeah. I heard popping. He came into my office.
He came into your office? Did he see you?
No, I was under my computer desk, and I saw his legs. He turned around and walked out.
Did he say anything?
What made you get under the desk?
I don't know. Just had a creepy feeling, the loud popping noise.
You knew immediately it was gunshot.
Just had that creepy feeling.
How many did you hear?
Ma'am, did
5.
the folks at the school...
I locked myself in a closet with the secretary, and I didn't hear, I don't know.
Those must have been the scariest moments of your life.
Petrified.
Hiding underneath the desk and seeing the gunman's legs from inside her office. You can just imagine how terrified she was. If she would have been seen, who knows what would have happened. She then hid inside a closet, as you heard, and waited for everything to end. This was the kind of day that she will never forget. And she was shaking, Sarah Cox, the school nurse, as she spoke to us, ushered away by her daughter.
Oh, yeah. I heard popping.
All of a sudden I heard very loud popping noise.
Hearing loud popping noise. I was under my computer desk.
And I just dove underneath my computer desk.
And that's when you went under the desk?
My computer desk, yes. And I saw his legs.
I just peeked. I could see his feet and his legs from the knees down. And his feet were facing in my direction.
And I was looking, and I could see him from the knees down, see the legs.
Right in front of you?
20 feet away, facing his boots were facing my desk. He turned around and walked out.
And I just froze with fear. And then it was just seconds, and then he turned around and I could hear him walk out. I heard the door close, and then I just heard popping starting all over again.
Turned and walked away?
And then it was seconds, and then turned and walked out, and I heard the door close.
And then the secretary, she was down behind my desk, and we pulled the phone off the desk, and she called 911.
And she said what?
She said, "We have a shoot. Please send help right away. We have a shooter in the building." And then we just wanted to get out of there. And then we just ran into my big supply closet, and we ran into the closet. We pulled that door closed, so we were behind 2 locked doors, and we could just hear the popping continue.
Okay, so the door closes. What do you do next?
After the door closed, I don't know how the secretary had the courage to, but she did. She raced into my office and pulled the door closed and raced behind my desk. And then we pulled the phone off my desk, and I held the phone while she dialed 911. And so we placed a call to 911.
Thank goodness you did that, because
Yeah.
the fact that the police got there so quickly, the governor told me this yesterday, prevented more killing from happening. And then right after that, you actually lock yourselves in
Then
the
we
closet.
raced into my supply closet and pulled the door closed.
And you were there for the next 4 hours?
Nearly, yeah, yeah. It was 1:15. It was just seconds, and then he turned around, and I could hear him walk out. I heard the door close, and then I just heard. Then turned. It was seconds, and then turned to walked out, and I heard the door close. After some time, I think it was about 11:15, so we had been in that closet for about an hour and a half. I opened the door and I peeked out, because my office has a lot of windows and looks into the courtyard, and I just saw what looked like maybe SWAT people, but I didn't know, who they were. I didn't know if there were other shooters. And it wasn't until about 1:15 when somebody was jiggling the door, and but nobody called out. So I decided to be brave enough and open that door into the office, and a lot of state police officers were there at that point, and they were very surprised to see me.
You were in the closet for about 4 hours.
Close to it, yeah.
In that journey from your office through the door, what did you see?
They told me to close my eyes. They took my arm and they guided me out. They said, "We'll guide you out. We want you to close your eyes until we get to the parking lot."
One of the cops said it's, the worst thing he'd ever seen in his entire career, but it was.
Loud popping noise. I mean, just something I've never heard in my life. And
your desk, and I saw his legs. He turned around and walked out.
Did he say anything?
Maureen Cairns is a nurse.
All I can say is that one of the cops said it's, the worst.
About their children.
All these parents were waiting for their children to come out. They thought that they were